Thank you, Chairman Cardin, for your leadership on this issue. I see Senator Wyden here, who's shown exemplary leadership as it relates to this issue as well. Senator Grassley, one of the real champions, has indicated will be joining us a bit later, as I understand. Every day, 17 people die while on organ transplant waiting lists, and another 13 are removed from the waiting list because they become too sick to receive a transplant. In total, there are more than 100,000 Americans on the organ transplant waiting list today, including nearly 1,200 in my home state of Indiana. These aren't just statistics. These are lives. Organ donation's a personal issue for me. My friend, Dave Gunny McFarland from Jeffersonville, Indiana, died because his heart transplant never came. We served together in the United States Marine Corps, and I've gotten to know Gunny's wife, Jennifer, over the years. She's made it her mission to raise awareness about the transplant process and to help prevent others from facing a similar fate. Because the organ transplant system is so complex, most people don't know how it works or if patients are being protected. Now, I began looking into this issue right after being elected to the House of Representatives in 2010. In the early 2010s, I explored ways to try and incentivize some innovation in this space. I had a silly idea to try and create a prize concept to coax people into innovating in the kidney space. The bureaucrats told me it will go nowhere. I began working on organ procurement, oversight, and reform in 2018. I told the Washington Post then, we can't continue to allow thousands of Americans to die each year waiting for life-saving organs that we know are available if only this system were being managed by competent individuals operating in the light of day. I was proud to help champion performance measures for organ procurement organizations, which the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services adopted and finalized in 2020, and I joined my colleagues, Chairman Wyden, former Chairman Grassley, and Senator Cardin, in launching an investigation that same year. I welcome the announcement earlier this year that HRSA will break up the organ procurement and transplantation network monopoly. And I joined my colleagues to co-lead the Securing the U.S. Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network Act, bipartisan legislation that gives HRSA the tools to implement common sense reforms to act in patients' interests. But there's still much work to be done, and our friends and neighbors are still dying every day. It doesn't have to be this way. A functional organ donation system could facilitate tens of thousands more organ transplants every year. Americans deserve to know what the organ donation and transplantation system and their government is doing to increase organ donation and transplantation, as well as to ensure patient safety. HHS and Congress must treat organ donation reform with the urgency it deserves. Lives are being lost, and we can't stand by while some of our most vulnerable neighbors die on the organ waiting list, waiting for a call that never comes. We need strict enforcement of the OPO rule, reform of the OPTN, and to ensure the entire organ donation and transplant system operates in the best interest of patients. We've taken initial steps, but cannot stop there. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses and learning from their experiences and expertise of living and working within the organ donation and transplant system on a daily basis. I won't stop working on this issue until we increase the availability of organs for patients in need and eliminate the inefficiencies occurring in our organ donation system. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Young.